Classic Game Room is brought to you by Magnum Skywolf. CGR is supported by fans on Patreon. Thank you. Welcome to Classic Game Room for the review of Copter Command on the Intellivision. That's right, get to the copter! I guess I'm on a helicopter kick now that I'm drawing Magnum Skywolf and playing LHX Attack Chopper for the Sega Genesis. This is Copter Command for the Intellivision, a 2015 release from Intellivision Revolution. This game was sent to the show by John from Durham, North Carolina, along with a stack of sweet Intellivision pencils. Thank you, John. He also sent Brick out. Watch my review of that game. I enjoy these modern releases for old school game systems, primarily because I love the packaging, which looks incredible here, as you can see. Great box art, full color instruction manual, and controller overlays. But is the game as good as it looks? Well, I'll tell you this much, the intro music is nice. Copter Command is obviously a knockoff of Chopper Command, which I don't believe was ever on the Intellivision, but Copter Command certainly is. When you can't get to the chopper, you get to the copter. Couldn't resist that one. As you can see, this has a remix mode, which changes up the colors, and instead of the trucks, you're defending tanks, but basically it's, Chopper Command. So I think your enjoyment of this game depends on how much you like Chopper Command. Personally, I think it gets a bit repetitive, as does Copter Command. I think the remix mode is a nice touch, but it's just too bad that you can't play this game with the Sega Genesis controller like Chopper Command, which is on the Atari 2600. Nope, you'll be playing this with the Intellivision controller. Remember that scene from Kickboxer where Van Damme sticks his fists into glue and then dips them in broken glass bottles for just a little bit extra awesome? Well, using the Intellivision controller is kind of like that, except on the receiving end. Thankfully, Copter Command has auto-fire, which does spare your thumbs. Any game where you repeatedly push the fire button on the Intellivision controller automatically turns that thing into the pain box from Dune. So thank you, developer, for including auto-fire. Now there's two difficulty settings. You won't want to bother with the first one because it's incredibly boring. The second one gets increasingly faster and somewhat more difficult, but the whole thing with Copter Command is that you basically just hang back and shoot things from a distance. The enemies are always on the same plane and they don't shoot forwards, so once you figure this out, you just pick them off one by one before they destroy your convoy and go back to playing Mazatron on the Intellivision instead. It's hard to put a finger on it, but I prefer Chopper Command on the Atari. For one thing, the background is better, the enemies move in a more interesting way, and I reviewed Chopper Command for the Atari years ago in 2008. In fact, here's the review.
And you're not in outer space, but flying through a desert, protecting a convoy of trucks. And the little radar screen that shows you what's ahead of you.
Yeah, there you go. When did I ever sound like that? That's what happens after doing this job for like 8 years. You just start to go crazy, and it sounds like it. Copter Command. It's Chopper Command on the Intellivision. You score bonus points for saving the convoy, but does the convoy really deserve to be saved? Big questions. Thanks again, John from North Carolina. Love the pencils. Personally, I'll stick with Chopper Command, but if you're an Intellivision diehard, then here you go, it's Copter Command. Now back to my old review.
In the background.
There is.
Or sunrise, who can be sure?
It's a sunset.
One thing I am sure of is
Definitely.
that Activision was the master of sunsets on the Atari 2600.
Oh, I was clever back then. New shirts and glassware now at ClassicGameroom.com. don't miss Magnum Skywolf, also on Patreon. Welcome to the club. It's the Lord Carnage Club, where I celebrate these backers on Patreon by shouting their name in a volcano. Introducing Michael Fernandez. Oh yeah! Michael Nelson. Lord Carnage approves. Jim Moriarty. Sergio Matthias. Hergert. Jason from Kamloops, British Columbia. Fizzy. Signal. Al Cyver. Sean Zoltek. I'm just kidding again. Sean Zoltek. Stephen Chucknick from New Jersey. Landon Ellerby. He's the administrator of these credits. Philip Strabenmuller of Vienna, Austria. Woo! Jack Stavros from Australia, home of Mad Max. Ohad Kane. Cue the thunder. Jeff, Captain Dauntless, Briar, Rick DeBarros. Out of sight. Will. Kid Shuriken, Fatality. Ship, Sink Bail. That was too evil, wasn't it? Let's try that again. Ship, Sink Bail. See you next time on Classic Game Room. Thanks for watching.